In this video, we're going to be talking about the new MD4 Mack Daddy Wedges from Callaway. Let's go blitz around.
Hit the ball!
It's something that I personally haven't seen before.
Boom.
Hey guys, David Folk here, and on this channel we do golf club reviews, Geek Speak videos, instructional videos, and golf gear videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Alright guys, there have been a lot of information that came out about these new Callaway Mack Daddy MD4 Wedges, and I want to take a little time so that I could grasp what they're trying to do before I put this video out there so that you guys can have a better idea of what their goal is, what Roger Cleveland and Callaway have done to this wedge to make it the best wedge out there on the market today for you. So as we look at the MD4 wedge, the Mack Daddy 4 wedge, you guys can take a look at it. It has very similar looks to last year's Mack Daddy wedge. It has the weight ports that are supposed to allow it to be adjusted for fine-tuning the center of gravity from the low lofted all the way to the high lofted wedges. It also remains a similar shape and size to what the MD3 had last year. Apparently, from everything I know, it's a big faux pas to drastically change the way wedges look from year to year. So those things remain similar. Now what Roger Cleveland and Callaway Golf are saying is that the face groove technology that they have on the new MD4 wedge is something special. What they've done is they've taken the space between the grooves, and instead of putting a little micro milling similar to what like Cleveland has done with all of their wedges, what they've done is that the face in between the grooves actually has little raised grooves, what would be considered little convex grooves, little mountains in between the grooves to help promote more spin around the green. So they've done different things for the lower lofted wedges versus the higher lofted wedges. And what they've done with the lower lofted wedges like the 48, the 50, the 52 is what they call 20D grooves, which is supposed to perform similar to your lower irons like your 9 or your pitching wedge to give you a more consistent feeling and more consistent spin and result from those lower lofted full wedge shots. And then as you move into the higher lofted wedges, they put these 5D grooves to promote more tour-like spin around the greens. It's a very interesting idea. It's something that I personally haven't seen before. What I've always seen is the grinding or the micro milling. So this is a really interesting idea to actually put convex mountains on the space between the grooves. I'm very interested to see how it performs compared to, let's say, the new CBX wedge out there from Cleveland, which is probably my favorite wedge right now. And who knows, we'll have to get it on the course and see how it really compares in the real world to see if you actually get the added spin versus some of the technologies that other companies are using. They've also flattened the wedge. So here is my 60 degree. Right now I'm playing a Vokey 60, and you can see down here on the bottom it has a rounded edge here. What they're saying is that they've flattened that leading edge as well as put what's called a nippet groove. So they've added an extra lower groove down here in the bottom for when you catch it thin on chips or pitching to be able to produce a little bit more spin. So a little bit flatter on the bottom, but not like straight line across, so that you can get a little bit squarer face so you're not necessarily catching it as thin as often as what I believe they're trying to say without making it look funky. So for this year, they've also added an extra grind. You have the C grind, which is going to be the most versatile grind, the lowest bounce. It's going to be the one that's going to allow you to open the face the most. You also have their S grind, which is going to be the standard grind. This one comes in a 10 bounce. The C grind comes in an 8 bounce. Then you move to the W grind, which is the wide grind. It has a little thicker sole, and this is great for people who come in too steep, who are looking for a little help to get a bounce off the turf so that you're not going to chunk everything or take a good 3-inch divot down there while you're pitching. And they came up with their new what's called X grind, and the idea of this is a blend between the C grind and the W grind. And what they're saying is it has the versatility of the C grind with being able to open the face and work the face with a little bit wider sole so that if you come in steep, you're still going to have the bounce. And this bounce along with the W bounce are going to be 12 degrees. Right now, Callaway is number 3 on the wedge list. Cleveland isn't too far ahead of them. And then you have Vokey, which actually is pretty far out there. It's going to be tough for anybody to really catch them right now for specifically this year. I personally play a ton of wedges in my game, especially on shorter courses. It's either my driver or my 2-iron, and then I play a wedge into the green, assuming all things go well. I'm really excited to see how the Mack Daddy MD4 performs. I think it's a great idea to put convex grooves on it versus the micro milling. Am I gonna like the look of it? Can I even tell with the look of it, or does it just kind of look like every other wedge out there, but it's gonna perform a little different? I don't know. I'm excited to see it, excited to get my hands on it to really put it through the ringer out there on the course, as well as provide a little bit of dry ball data for you. So guys, let me know your comments. Let me know what you think. Have you seen these? Have you read any articles about these? Go ahead and post those comments down below. What do you think? Do you already have the MD3 wedges? Is this something that's gonna make you switch from a Vokey to the Callaway or from a Cleveland to the Callaway? Let me know. Post those down below. You have any questions about the MD4? I'll see what I can do to answer those. As always, guys, I appreciate the time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up because YouTube likes that. Thanks for watching, and we'll chat with you next time.